Today, there are signs that artificial intelligence might enter its second winter of development. A crucial problem is the scarcity of high-quality data. Moreover, AI is incapable of abstraction, unlike the human intellect. Dear friends, La Nuova Bussola Quotidiana published my article titled Artificial Intelligence, The Signs of Its Second Winter, on January 20th, 2025. As always, you can find all the links in the description. Enjoy listening. The technological progress of artificial intelligence has dominated public debate in recent years, fueled by promising statements from scientists and entrepreneurs who foresee the possibility of achieving superintelligence. Yet, a different scenario might await the future of this sector, a new winter, similar to the one experienced between 1974 and 1990, when excessive expectations led to a drastic reduction in funding and interest in AI research. To understand the reasons for this possible shift and prepare for the implications, it is essential to analyze the current signals and future prospects of the sector. The so-called AI winter of that time was the result of unrealistic hopes regarding the capabilities of machines to understand natural language, solve complex problems, and learn autonomously. Only with the advent of deep learning and the use of big data in the early 2000s did AI manage to recover from that period of stagnation. Today, however, some signs indicate that the sector might once again be on the brink of a slowdown. A crucial problem that is emerging is the growing scarcity of high-quality data to train AI models. This scarcity not only reduces the effectiveness of algorithms in providing accurate answers, but can also lead to distorted or non-generalizable results. For example, in the medical field, the lack of representative data could compromise the ability of AI to support accurate diagnoses for patients with less documented conditions. Despite the apparent infinity of information available on the internet, these resources have a limit. Ilya Sutskever, co-founder of OpenAI and a prominent figure in the field of deep learning, recently highlighted how the data used to train models are increasingly derived from other artificial intelligences rather than primary sources. This vicious circle risks compromising the quality of machine learning, as systems might merely reprocess already digested information instead of actually expanding their capabilities. Ray Kurzweil, despite being one of the most important transhumanists alive today, argues that AI technology, unlike the internet and telecommunications, progresses in longer cycles, 2 decades of initial enthusiasm, followed by a decade of disappointment, and finally a decade or more of boom due to innovative discoveries. Analyzing the recent history of AI, we had a period of initial enthusiasm from 1954 to 1974, the disappointment of the AI winter from 1974 to 1990, and finally the boom that has been ongoing since then. Therefore, according to Kurzweil's calculations, we are now towards the end of the boom phase, which has introduced a new enthusiasm that will likely soon be disillusioned. To complicate matters, it is important to remember that the data available online is often polluted by errors, biases, and misinformation, and the growing reliance on other algorithms to generate new content could amplify these problems. In the long term, the inability to access fresh and reliable data could drastically slow down technological development in the field. Beyond technical difficulties, there is an even more fundamental barrier that AI will never be able to overcome, in which its proponents refuse to seriously address its inability to grasp universal concepts and general meanings, an operation that the human intellect performs to recognize what in philosophy are called essences, as well as common principles. The human intellect, in fact, operates in 3 main phases: abstraction, judgment, and reasoning. From an early age, a child first learns to recognize universal essences, the concept of tree, for example, then uses them in judgment, the tree is green, and finally reasons, if the tree is green, then it is healthy. AI, on the other hand, follows the opposite process. It was developed starting from reasoning, Today we try to refine its judgment, but it will never access the capacity for abstraction. That is the difference. Machines rely on vast amounts of pre-existing data, which they reprocess to produce useful results. They are not capable of learning new essences or meanings that are not already somehow present in the provided data. This limitation is intrinsic to their nature, as they lack the spiritual and immaterial component that characterizes the human intellect. As St. Thomas Aquinas teaches us, intelligence is deeply connected to the dimension of the rational soul, a gift that no machine will ever possess. This philosophical limitation has profound implications, particularly for those who fear that AI might one day surpass human intelligence and control humanity. These fears, often fueled by transhumanists, are based on the idea of a technological singularity, a point of no return where machines become autonomous and surpass human capabilities. But if AI cannot abstract, it cannot achieve true intelligence. Machines will remain tools, however sophisticated, in the hands of humans. They can certainly accelerate intellectual processes, automate complex tasks, and improve daily life, but they will never replace the human intellect. This means that the fate of the world will never depend on machines, but on the wisdom with which humans use them. Everything, in short, is in our hands. In the face of these scenarios, humanity must consider some fundamental truths. First of all, it is essential to recognize that technology, no matter how advanced, can never replace the dignity and value of the human person. This calls to mind our role as stewards of creation. We must use technological tools for the good of everyone without idolizing them, but also without irrationally fearing or demonizing them. Secondly, it is important to promote a vision of technology that is rooted in truth and justice. For example, AI can be ethically employed to improve medical diagnostics, facilitate automatic translation to communicate between different cultures, or optimize the use of agricultural resources to reduce food waste. These are uses that anyone can welcome, as they directly contribute to the good of each of us. Regardless of the actual advent of a second AI winter, we have the opportunity to reflect on what truly matters. In a world increasingly dominated by speed and complexity, rediscovering the centrality of humans, their intelligence, and their soul is an urgent task.